Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of What's Driving Token Prices. I'm your host, Katie Talati, Director of Research of Arca. For those joining us for the first time, I'm responsible for analyzing and identifying digital asset and blockchain opportunities for Arca's funds. As part of our research, my team and I examine token prices and the market events that act as catalysts for price change. Based on our research and market events over the past week, here are some notable token price movements and what we think drove those moves. As a reminder, this commentary is not intended to be investment advice, investment research, or an investment recommendation. Please consult your investment professional for your own circumstances. Wow, it's been an exciting week, guys. I really can't. I mean, just thinking back on everything that's happened so far, we've gone through a lot. So if you've missed the big headlines have been stablecoins. First, Paxos has decided that they're gonna have to discontinue Binance offering Binance USD stablecoin, which the SEC has deemed a secure sale of registered securities. Tether apparently has reportedly been running some of their assets that back their stablecoin through Cantor Fitzgerald, who's a fairly reputable trading firm. And then PayPal even announced that they're stopping stablecoin work. So just some very general headlines for the week, but yeah, kind of insane. And then even out today, there's been more stablecoin regulation. Yesterday there was some rumors circling online that Circle is potentially under fire that, never kind of came to fruition. So, or that was discredited pretty heavily by the team. But yeah, that has really been the overarching theme in the market this week. But despite that, I've got some stuff going on for you to talk about. Starting off this week, we're going to talk about UMAMI. So UMAMI Finance is DeFi Guild product built on Arbitrum. They're layer 2 I've talked about a few times. They saw quite a bit of volatility in the last couple of weeks. So their CEO and founder of the project rugged the project, dumping all their tokens worth about $500,000 on the market and resigning from their post. UMAMI Finance, which aims to offer real yield, which is the crypto way of saying yield not from yield farming or token emissions, but actual yield. What a novel idea. They offer these real yield vault strategies on Arbitrum, and they're paid out to stakers of the protocol from the treasury. So basically, they suddenly paused the payouts to stakers a couple weeks ago, citing regulatory concerns. A week later, the CEO then goes and dumps $500,000 of his UMAMI tokens across the market, pushing down the price 85%. So following this, the team members of UMAMI Labs actually came out in opposition to the CEO, claiming he had taken some crazy actions in the preceding weeks, such as firing their chief legal officer. That's always a good sign. And halting the staking emissions. So the remaining team members of UMAMI Labs officially resigned and announced that they would move the project to a DAO structure with treasury assets in the community's control. There's currently a proposal to effect these changes and reinstate the staking emissions. Despite this, unfortunately, in the meantime, the UMAMI token has lost 53% of its value. Definitely happy, though, to see it has bounced back from down 85%. All right, next I have Chiliz. So if you're not familiar with Chiliz, they are a sports and entertainment platform. They officially launched the Genesis block of their Chiliz Chain 2.0, CC2 for short, last week. So CC2 is an upgrade to Chiliz's current Ethereum sidechain, and it's going to evolve the Chiliz token into a gas token for this new kind of layer 1 that's going to be the base for issuing fan tokens around sporting brands and other entertainment IPs. So the launch of the blockchain is not a full mainnet. The network's just currently closed to the public, and basically validators are running kind of empty blocks for now. So if you want to think of it this way, it would be as if Ethereum were up and running, but nothing were running on top of it, and nobody was kind of sending any Ethereum back and forth. So very, very limited kind of functionality right now. A full launch is expected towards the end of March. And then this launch was also accompanied with a rebrand of the logo, website, and a new brand ambassador, Min Jae Kim, of the SSC Napoli team. So some pretty cool developments on their end. Definitely one to watch as they roll out their mainnet. But unfortunately, even with this really positive news, market has got them down 9.6% on the week. All right, next up, I'm going to talk about Optimism. So Optimism is a layer 2 scaling solution. They announced the last week that they're actually going to they're completing a second round of airdrops for their OP token. So the OP token, which is designed as a governance token for the Optimism network, was originally airdropped about 5% of the OP supply in 2022 to over 248,000 addresses. The new airdrop is airdropping to over 300,000 users, this time representing only 0.227% of the total supply versus the initial 5%. This is part of kind of like a series of planned airdrops that Optimism announced when they released their token. There, obviously haven't been kind of any defined parameters for like, this is how you get the airdrop, but they announced that they would be over time continuing the airdrop supply to the community and to active users. The move comes before competitor Arbitrum has yet to launch its long anticipated token, which was originally planned for the fall of 2022. So some are maybe theorizing that this could be Optimism trying to push Arbitrum to the finish line on that. Optimism is up 3.4% for the week. All right, last but not least, you didn't think I could not talk about Blur today. Didn't get a Valentine's gift this year. Well, a bunch of NFT traders got their gift yesterday as the Blur token airdrop came to market. For those of you who have not been in the crypto space or aren't really deeply entrenched here, Blur is an NFT marketplace. It's amassed over about $1.2 billion in trading volume since launching last fall. The marketplace managed to see more volume than OpenSea at times, primarily as they offered zero-fee trading. Yes, zero fees in trading. So you could trade NFTs. You didn't pay anybody a fee in the middle for affecting that trade. So many speculated over an airdrop. So a lot of people have been speculating that Blur would be airdropping tokens. So it really incentivized a lot of people to switch over to using their platform. First, zero fees and free token at some point in the future. Not a bad deal. The airdrop was released yesterday morning, but at the time it lacked critical details such as, things like tokenomics for the project. There was a lot of there was not a lot of clarity around who could claim. US customers were actually axed from claiming the token. And in addition to that, to claim your airdrop, you had to tweet your wallet address and how much Blur you were getting from your Twitter profile, which a lot of people complain like, hey, I'm kind of doxing my identity here or tying my wallet to my Twitter. These are like really kind of scary actions. Despite this, the airdrop was a huge success in terms of people claiming it. The tokenomics have been since released, by the way, for the project. 12% of the supply was airdropped yesterday, with more supply coming to market over the next 3 years. And the use cases for the token, according to Blur's docs right now, are governance, our favorite. So we'll see if the governance token is enough to keep the platform sticky for users that have a tendency to kind of drift to whatever marketplace is hottest. Please see SudoSwap in X2Y2. Despite the mixed reviews on the airdrop, people seem to really be flocking back to the platform today. Their bidding pool is at an all-time high, and NFT for places actually seem to be moving up in some cases in relation to kind of this airdrop. So until I think Blur does something interesting, like introduces a fee for trading on their platform or more functionality for this token, it's kind of a toss-up right now to see what happens. Since launching yesterday, though, Blur token is up about 36%. I'm sure we'll see more activity from it over the next week. So that's all I've got for you guys this week. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed our insights. Tune in here again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific to hear what's driving token prices.